Zeadio. Is that how you pronounce that? The Zeadio handheld grip combo package and the Movo VF400. I was in the market for looking at some kind of form factor like this to hold this camcorder right here. This is the Panasonic X1500. I've done reviews on not this exact camera, but the CX10, which is just like the same body, same form factor as the X1500. The only difference physically is there's a top handle that it comes with the X2000 and the CX10, but not the X1500. You can buy the optional handle, but I didn't want to get the optional handle. I just wanted to have this camera because it's one of the smallest, if not the smallest, camcorders with a great zoom that is this compact. And it was fairly affordable. It is on the higher end. Usually cameras of this size with the kind of features, they're under 1,000. This is about 1,500 depending on the sales that are going on. But I wanted some kind of rig to put this on so I can mount other accessories on it. And these are the two that I was looking at. I've been looking at the Movo 400, the VF400 for a while now as an option, and then this is another option here that I was just researching, and there seems to be a lot more reviews and prestige, if you can call it that, with this product here. There's different configurations. I got it with everything, so this is a little bit more expensive. In fact, I believe at the time when I purchased it, this whole package was double the cost of this Movo VF4. So I've played around with it a little bit already, and I've already determined in my brief usage that the Movo VF400 is not only not good compared to the Zeadio. I'm going to be pronouncing this wrong. Then this product, not only is it not as good, I just don't think this is a good product for a lot of purposes. Here's the Movo here. Here's what it came. Well, it came with this and these two small rods that go on either side here that make it long. I don't know what those rods are for. It's strange what these rods are for. But first I'll go over the positives with the VF400, and then I'll list all the negatives, but I'll be as quickly as possible because I don't recommend this product. First, positive, it's a solid piece of metal. Really heavy, sturdy, and this could last a lifetime because of how sturdy it is. There are no, as far as I can tell, really no plastic parts to it, except for there's a grip here that's plastic, and then the tie here, the whatever you call this, the screw on that screws onto the bottom that connects to the camera, that this cap is plastic. But everything else is solid metal. It's two pieces. This is one piece, and then this L bracket here, this L mount is another piece, and you can see it's screwed on, bolted on there. On the handle here, you only have one cold shoe, but on the sides, it looks like you have quarter 20s, 1, 2, 3, and these look like 3/8, 1, 2, and the same thing on this side. There's a lot of other products that are like this camcorder, this kind of cam caddy style, but a lot of them don't have this. This is a regular tripod plate mount. This is not only it's a 3/8, but it also has that alignment screw here that prevents it from anti-twisting on a lot of the video tripod plates. You do not see this on all of the cam caddy style rigs, and this one too included. You don't have that. So this is the only rig that I've even seen in my little bit of research that has this. But that is where the benefits are gone, and the rest of them are all drawbacks. So this being quite sturdy has the con of being really heavy, and it's going to add to the weight. There really is no movable parts. It's just one solid piece. Nothing's really going to change shape or adapt to your different cameras. And my biggest issue with it is that it does not fit my camera. This is on the small end. I would consider this a pretty small camcorder, and it does not fit here. Actually, the only way it will fit is if it goes on to the very last slot here where you can put in the tripod screw, and then it goes all the way back like this, and it barely fits. I can't use it like that. It does not fit at all. This is really meant for, I guess, DSLR mirrorless cameras that have this kind of form, like your typical stills camera. That's where it would fit fine with the lens. But then I just don't see this working for a lot of people. It's very limiting with what you can do with this. And like I said, it's heavy, which is a pro and a con. And I view it more as a con. This product, really, I'm very impressed with it. First, with the set that I got, the combo set, it comes with a GoPro mount, which I'm not going to use this on a GoPro, so I'm not going to... It comes with it. Here's the smartphone mount fully assembled. It comes in a few pieces. This here on the side, I'm going to undo this. This came separately, so you can even screw on. This is like a little single hand... One of those handheld, you can screw on a camera or something or a light. That's a cool piece. And then it has a lanyard. And then it's meant to align here. Can you see that Z? This Z is an emptier spot, and this one's a Z that's filled in. So when you align it, the Z's match. And that adds another secure connection. So it's not just that quarter 20. This is what it looks like. Very lightweight. You have 3 cold shoes up here, 2 quarter 20s. On the bottom, you only have 1 quarter 20 here. On this side, you have a quarter 20, and then not a quarter 20 here, but you have a quarter 20 male up here that you can screw on an accessory. This also has a little, I think this is some kind of wireless, probably a Bluetooth connection that I guess triggers the shutter on your cameras. I don't usually use it that way. And then you have the main centerpiece here, which is the grip. You gotta unloosen this, and then this raises here. I did run into an issue when it comes to bigger phones or phones that are in cases. The width of the jaws here, they're not big enough to accommodate most cases, phone cases, and even though this looks like it could hold a really big phone, it's not that much space. So here's a Samsung S23 Ultra, one of the bigger phones you could buy, and the way that this can fit here, I have it on a really thin case, this Pitaka case that I really love, this Pitaka case, because it has MagSafe. It makes this MagSafe compatible with Apple products, but you can see this is a very thin case, and it makes the phone thin. This barely fits in the jaws here. So let me just undo that, raise it up. And with a lot of these phones, you want to be able to hit the buttons because there's buttons on the side here. So I'm going to put it all the way where the button is. That's where it is, and then I'll lock it in. And then there is that. But you can see here, there's no room really for my hands on this side. And my hands are so close to the cameras, you want to leave the cameras exposed because you don't want to block. That's the whole purpose of this rig. So then you run into issues where you got to plug in, if you want to plug in a microphone or something, some kind of adapter into the phone, it ends up being not a lot of space for this configuration. So I don't know how useful this is in practical applications if you have a bigger phone or a phone in a case. And this doesn't even look like it's secured that well. So I am not confident if it's like this and you shake it and you're on a tall building, that's not going to do well. So if I were to buy this on its own, just this camera rig, I don't think I would get this on its own. I'm glad that I got the bundle because I could use this for other reasons, for other uses with these mounts. I can see me using them for lights or for other accessories, but for the phone in a case, I'm skeptical about this product. But here is what I really got it for. The actual bracket, the camera bracket. This is the same shape to me in design as a cam caddy. I've had cam caddies for over, I don't know, like 10, 12 years. Cam Caddy was the first company to come up with this kind of form factor. I believe it was. And then they've been knockoffs ever since. This is a great knockoff. And the red color, it matches the red of the Panasonic, which I really like. And this is excellent. So you have this grip here that is, there's a plastic, it's one piece of plastic, but here there's a rubber kind of spongy foam hand grip. I don't know how the longevity of it. Most likely this is gonna give me, I don't know, 3-5 years until this deteriorates, and then I'll have to figure out another solution or just buy another one because these are relatively cheap. But that's what this side is. On the top here you have a 3-way cold shoe, 1, 2, 3, and it's removable because you can unscrew it here. And totally, I think you could take this off, or you can at least move it slightly. Let me screw that one back in. And that screw has a 1/4-20 as well underneath if you want to use that for something. Here is the platform. It's rubber textured where you can mount a camera, and it does fit. I'll mount it in a second of what it looks like with it. And on the bottom here, you don't have that tripod like you had on the Movo that I had shown earlier, but you do have rubber feet here that looks like one of those a helicopter base. And this is meant to be handheld and to be placed down on the floor or a table. How to mount a tripod plate is on the bottom here is a 1/4-20, and you have to screw on your tripod plate on here, but depending on where you mount the camera, the tripod can be all the way up top or it could be all the way here. So let me mount this here down real quick and show you what it looks like. Pretty easy to screw in there. Got in a little bit, and then here's where I can adjust where I want it. I'm gonna push it forward just a little bit right there. I think I'll push it there. And I'll screw this in. Now, this is in quite well. You would think it needs 2 screws to make it anti-twist, but this one really does the trick, especially for a camera this size and weight. Because you have a longer platform here, it grips it quite well, so it's not going to slip as much unless you really push on it, that I've noticed. So you have that 1 screw in. Now, if you want to put a tripod plate in, you have to screw the tripod plate into that 1 screw. There's really no other place to mount another tripod plate. So this plate right here is from a Siri, one of the smallest video tripods that I own that has a video fluid head, and I put this plate on. I thought this plate is smaller than the Manfrotto plates. I thought this was going to be enough clearance. Here's that Siri tripod head. This is the VA5. I like this tripod head as being one of the slimmest, easiest to use head. It's not the cheapest, but I really like this for small cameras like this size. Even with this rig here, I still think it could work. But here's the head, and here's how it slips in. So it barely fits, so I could slip it in like this. But once I slip it in here, it is a very tight, very, very tight fit. And it's already coming loose here because of just the way it's has to be designed, that you have to screw in the tripod plate to the same exact screw that connects this rig to the camera. That doesn't work for me. So now I'm having second thoughts about using this rig when it comes to a situation like this where I'm putting it on a tripod. But look how it twists like this. There's no really way to tighten it. And the other problem is that you can no longer use this to lay down flat on the tables, because you can see here the plate sticks out further than these helicopter feet. So you have to actually just remove it. And when you remove this, you got to be careful because this plate is connected to that mounting screw for the camera. So because of that, if there's any engineers out here or any more experienced DIY camera people, in the comments, tell me how I could put on some kind of mount here where I could then put on a tripod plate, but not have it interfere with the existing mount that connects to the camera, and also be able to lay this flat on tables and on the floor when I'm going handheld. But I'm really just going to use this handheld. And you can see here the distance from the top handle to the camera. This is not going to fit if you have the XLR adapter with this camera. It's not going to fit. It's not tall enough. So you would not use the XLR adapter. You would use something else. But here, if you record skateboarding videos, this is pretty awesome. Look at this. You have room here on this side to hold it like this. The top, you can have two hands to really guide the camera. You can set it down here. Sets down fine. You can't really use this EVF here because this is in the way. But when you have your LCD out, totally works. How I like to use this rig so far is I like to either, if I'm holding it like a luggage, like a suitcase, that's what I would use it for. But I find I could put this on my shoulder and use this like a shoulder mount, a half shoulder mount prosumer camera like those old Canon XL1s. This sort of fits that form factor, and this has the padding where you could put it right on your stomach, right on your chest, right on your upper shoulder, and you slip your hand in here and you hold it like this, or actually I do it this way, like this, like a glove, and then have this on the camera. I hold this on the camera. I can have my accessories up here, and then here are my two rings, 1, 2, and then I have, this is actually a ring here, a control wheel, and I hold it like this, and I have excellent stability and control of the zoom rocker right here. This is a fantastic option if you want to have accessories and you want to go low and you want to be very mobile and you're handheld. This is great. It's so lightweight, and another benefit is it's relatively cheap. So if I lose it, if this breaks, I'll just buy another one. I am a fan of this already. If, like I already told you, the drawbacks with the phone handle, you don't need that because you can just buy it with just this, and it's cheaper. But I got it with the full thing because, like I said, I could use this for other accessories, other uses. There's a reason why this product is quite highly rated on Amazon. I love it so far, and this is a keeper. This is a winner for me.